Welcome to the Mwega Show, and apologies for the few minutes that I have not been. I'm late. I was trying to sort out some few issues. Here we are. Welcome to Masculinity Sunday. And today, what we are going to talk about is a very serious topic, at least serious enough for me. And I just want to welcome all people who will be joining. Ndio tunaanza, so feel free to join, and then kindly please remember that we are trying to do things different, and in our attempt to do things different, one of the things I want to say, and as you can see on your screen, is that if you like to engage or debate on this topic, if you like to ask me questions, please feel free to comment, and then I will share the link, alafu utajoin. Sounds good? Yeah, I don't know what's happening with my camera. It looks like it has decided to to do its own thing. So let me just see if I can set it up nicely. I will simply use the front camera. It's not too good, but what can we do? Huh? What can I say? It's not the best. No, don't leave. Cancel. Yeah, me left. So let's see. In this stream, I want to also share. What is it called? I want to. Let me see if I can change my camera. Let me go to setting. Front face camera. Let's see. Okay. Sawa. I really want us to engage. It's picking up like lighting mbaya sana somewhere, and let me just try and move the light kidogo kwenye mgongo changu, alafu enter studio, and then let's see what is happening. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, front camera at least sasa ina work. Inatoa light mbaya sana pale nyuma, but we will deal with it when you deal nayo. Acha nijaribu kujitafuta center. Yes, so welcome to the stream, and as you can see kwa on your screen imesema it is misbehaving the camera is misbehaving. Anyway, acha tumeze story ya camera, and let's just continue with our chanitoe remove. So apologies, camera imeleta issues. Anyway, tuendelee. So today we are going to to deal with a very serious topic, and the topic is marriage is not a partnership. All right. So before wale watu wa kukatch feelings waanze kukatch feelings, ni important tuelewane. So nimesema marriage is not a partnership. Actually, even just romantic relationships si partnership. Heterosexual relationships sio partnership. Mimi siongelei watu wa ABCD, watu wa alphabet, au wako part of what I'm talking about. So kama umejoin hii live, kama kawaida, like the stream, comment we ni nani, so that nikupige shout out, because at the end of the day bana, lazima at least tajwa kwa YouTube moja. You know, if people ask you who are you, do you know who I am? I am very important. Unawaambia sasa mimi pia ni mtu wa maana, kwa sababu nilitajwa kwa life fulani hapo. So I am a very serious person. I'm a very popular person. I am known. I am not only known, I am well known. So ukifika, if you get here, please like the stream and comment. Of course, comment who you are so that I give you a shout out. Alafu tukiendelea. So this is how I'm going to set up. This is how the live is set up. Depending on whether or not people want to join in either asking a question, seeking clarification, or just rubbishing what I'm going to say, just comment so that I know how long I'm going to keep my monologue on, how long the monologue will take. Sawa sawa? Because I am talkative. I can keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and probably kuna mtu ako na swali and wants to ask a question or engage or seek a clarification or even rebut whatever it is that I'm saying. All right? Cool. We are good paka hapo? Very nice. Now, let me lay down my argument why marriage is a dictatorship. Actually, marriage should be a benevolent dictatorship. What does benevolent mean? Benevolent means for the good of others. So you are a dictator, but you have good in you, right? You have good in you. You are not only a dictator, but you are a dictator, but who thinks or who wants the best for the people who are under his authority. All right? Mpaka hapo tuko sawa. All right. Now, marriage is not a partnership. Marriage is not a partnership. What am I talking about? So, first of all, what is a marriage? A marriage is where two people have come together in order to reproduce and, procreate and raise children. So that's how I'm defining marriage. So two people have come together for the sole purpose of procreation, that is reproduction, and raising children. And not only raising children, but raising responsible future citizens or future people or future humans for the society. So that's what a marriage is. Now, in a marriage, these two people, and I'm talking about the heterosexual relationships. I'm not talking about hizi watu wa ABCD. All right? You're good, pack up. I'm not talking about watu wa ABCD. I'm not talking about the alphabet community. So please don't come telling me sijui what if two people, what if two men, what if two women. That's not my problem. That is your issue and you need to sort that one out. That's not my issue. What I'm talking about is a heterosexual relationship and heterosexual marriages. Heterosexual relationship, heterosexual marriages just means a male and a female have come together for the sole purpose or for the primary purpose of having and raising children. All right? Having and raising children. Let me just for the purpose of having and raising children. All right. So before we start talking about issue ya now kwa nini kwa hiyo marriage, now we are dealing with a man and a woman. And when I mean a man and a woman, I mean a male and a female. Siku hizi it seems like we have forgotten what a man is and what a woman is. Okay? So a man is an adult male human, or a human adult male, or a male human adult, however you want to put it. A woman is a adult human female. So when I use man and woman, I'm not talking about this new woman 2.0 who used to be a man. No. When I'm talking about woman, I don't mean this woman 2.0 who used to be a man. And when I talk about a man, I don't mean this man 2.0 who used to be a woman. I mean somebody who was born male, somebody who was born female. Tumemalizana hapo. So I need to clarify that so that leads into the discussion. So that I don't want people to start asking me questions that have no head or tail. All right. So in a marriage where we have a husband and a wife, now you are a man and a woman, boyfriend and girlfriend, until you get married. When you get married, a man becomes a husband, a woman becomes a wife. So in a marriage, the husband is the dictator. He's the one in charge. He is the head honcho. He's the ultimate authority. He is the high king. And what is a wife? The wife is the support system, the support structure. The wife is there to support the husband. She is there to ensure that the reign of the high king is successful. So she'll play the role of advisor, she'll play the role of personal assistant, she'll play any other role as delegated by the husband. So all authority in a marriage come from the husband. Now, I know this is a bitter pill for some people to swallow, especially the weak men who don't want that kind of authority, which comes with responsibility, and women who covet that kind of authority and want it. It's not a must you get married. That's off the rip. It is not a must that you get married. So if you get married, it is a choice that you have made. And it is important that you know what a marriage is before you get into it, especially the young women and the young men. Don't just start getting into marriages and all what have you without knowing and understanding what you're getting into. It is not a must that you get into this marriage thing, because as a man you have a lot of power, and with great power comes great responsibility. As a woman, you also have a responsibility and you have a position that you're coming to take, which is subservient to the man's. So it is less than what the man is. But then also with this less than authority, you also have less responsibility when it comes to marriage. Okay? So the man has the ultimate authority, has all the power, and then he has all the authority and the responsibility. Now, the man now decides to delegate some of his power, to share some of his power with the wife. He can do that or he cannot. It is not a must. It is not a requirement. It is not a requirement that he does that. Okay? It's not a requirement that a man has to delegate. It's not a requirement that a man has to share. All right. So when a man is getting into a marriage, he needs to understand what he's getting into. When a woman is getting into a marriage, she needs to understand what she is getting into. It is not a must. Okay. It is not a must. Like I said, the man is the dictator, he's the head, he's the one who is in charge of the marriage, the direction of the marriage. He's the one who's carrying the vision. He's the vision carrier, he's the one who sees the bigger picture. He's the one who decides how we are going to achieve the goal within our marriage. All right. He's the one who decides which route to take. For example, I'm in Kenya. Capital city of Kenya is Nairobi, right? So, and then the CBD is surrounded by estates or other parts, the outskirts of the CBD, villages, suburbs, slums, and what have you. Now let's assume that you are in one part of the city, but not at the CBD, and you want to go to the CBD. There are numerous routes that you can use to get into CBD. All right. So those people who know Kenya, those who are in Kenya, because I know majority are my subscribers, some viewers wangu are Kenyans. So let's say you are in let's say you are in Thika and you want to go to Nairobi CBD, right? Thika is towards central Kenya. Now, there are many routes you can take, all right? You can decide to go the sides of Kitui, you get into Machakos, you get into Mombasa Road, you work your way into Nairobi. from Thika. All right, you can decide to get into Ruiru, you uvuke kabisa uende mpaka Nakuru highway, Limuru Nakuru highway, straight Westlands CBD. Or you can simply decide to take the super highway to the CBD. So that's the goal is to get to the CBD, right? And you realize that even along the way, you still have options. It does not matter whether you have taken the super highway. It does not matter whether you are coming from the sides of the Nakuru highway, the Nakuru highway, or you're coming from Mombasa Road, or you're coming from Langata Road, whichever direction you're coming from. There are places where when you get, then you have numerous other options of how you can get into the CBD. So that's the role of the man, is to decide, this is where we are, that's where we are going, this is the route we are taking. And then along the road, also decide, do we still want to keep on this road or do we want to divert? Let's say, for example, you are getting through the super highway, you're going to the CBD, unatumia super highway, Thika Road. Kwa wale wenye nikisema super highway hawaelewi, Thika Road. So you get somewhere and you find there is a traffic jam. So you have an option of diverting or following the jam. All right? That is the decision of the man. The man now decides. So now you are responsible for the direction of that marriage. Now tumeshamaliza the nitty-gritties, the laying the foundation. Now, in a marriage, there is a power structure, just like any other relationship. And it is husband, then wife, then children. That is the successful power structure, or power structure of a successful marriage. We have the husband who has a lot of power, and then we have a wife who has some power, and then we have children who have some power. So the husband has more power than the wife. The wife has more power than the children. So that's how it works. Now, all this power comes from the husband. He is the one who is delegating his power, sharing his power with these two other stakeholders, or these two other participants in this marriage. Remember, children are a product of the marriage, of the engagement, of the relationship. All right, so hao ni wakukuja. The husband has, majorly, if you want to talk about power structure, so what power does the husband have? The power, his role is to provide, protect, procreate, and lead. Provide, that means daily bread. Do you have food? Do you have clothing? Do you have what you need? Not what you want, what you need. I'm choosing my words very carefully. Do you have what you need? That is provision. Security, just ensuring that you're good. Then there is the role of protection. Now, provision and protection, sometimes they overlap. All right. So when protection is more of the security aspect. Are we good? Are we financially sound? Are we safe? Right? So he's providing protection. That's where they overlap. Okay. So his provision, if you want to separate, then provision is about, are you good? Are you living in a good neighborhood? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food? Do you have clothing? Do you have healthcare? Good. Protection. Also protection. Healthcare is part of protection. Insurance, part of protection. Also just ensuring that you are good, you're safe. Then procreate. In a marriage, like I said, the primary role of a marriage, or purpose of a marriage, is to have children and bring forth the next generation. So a husband has a duty. One of his roles is to impregnate his wife and ensure that that child is carried to term and is being taken good care of. And then there is leadership. So he's the one who is supposed to be at the forefront, telling people where they are going, why they are going there, and what is there. So he's the vision carrier. Now, the wife. The role of the wife is to advise the dictator, right? Wewe ni advise our dictator. Advise your husband. Support your husband. Take care of the home and kids. So that is the primary role of a wife. We've already talked about the primary role of a husband, which is protect, provide, procreate, and lead. The primary role of a wife is to advise, support, and be and take care of the home. So when you take care of the home, that includes wife, that includes the husband and the kids. All right, that includes the husband and the kids. So if you get into the life, please, if you have a question, if you have a comment, just comment, share your thoughts as we are continuing, because I want us to build this into an engagement, into a discussion. If you also want to join the live and share your thoughts, please just comment below and I will share the link, and then we can get into it. Sawa, you can join to disagree, to agree, to support, to not support, all that. Let's continue. Still laying the groundwork. Children. The children are there to assist the mother in her role of taking care of the home. So whatever role the mother has, now she can delegate that to the children, because whatever power she's using has been delegated to her by her husband. So the husband delegates power to the wife, and then the wife can delegate some of her power and roles to the kids. All right? Hapo tuko sawa. Now let's continue. I'm still building on this one. We are building on this one, okay? Just to recap, the husband is the dictator. This is not a partnership. This is a dictatorship. When you get into a marriage is a dictatorship, with the husband, the man, being the person who has the ultimate authority. Now, the wife is a support system, and the husband can decide to or not to delegate and share some of his powers with his wife. Okay? He can choose to or not to share. Good. Sawa. Now, careers and family. What is the definition of a career? A career is a profession for which one trains and which is undertaken as a permanent calling. As a permanent calling. Now, when you get married, you say, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. So, in essence, if we look at a marriage, in essence, it is some form of a career, a permanent calling, a permanent thing that you want to do. All right? So, by the definition of a career, then husband/father, because a husband is the one who becomes a father and a wife is the one who becomes a mother. That is a form of a career. It's a job, a full-time job. Okay? You start this job as a husband, and as you progress, then you become a father on top of being a husband. You start this job position as a wife, and then you get some form of a promotion, and now you are a mother on top of a wife. These are full-time jobs, right? So let's not joke around. Let's not mince words. Now, there's a difference when there is a career which is a family, and then we have the work career, right? Where you go to give skills or give your time for payment. That's what we are going to call work career. The marriage career, that one is already you are in it. Once you are married, you are in it. Okay? Once you are married, kondani. So now when you are married, si lazima ukae kwa ndoa. Ikikushinda unaweza toka. But remember, you vowed in sickness and in health until death do you part. Okay? So this is a career thing. This is something you are doing on a permanent basis. Now, there are those people who are already in the marriage career but still want to chase a work career. So a work career is where you go to exchange your skills and your time for payment. Now, when you are looking at the husband or father and a career, a work career, by virtue of his position and the responsibilities that he has, the roles and responsibilities within a marriage, and this is the provision role, then a career, a work career where he's getting paid fits very snugly, very well into his marriage career objectives and marriage career roles and responsibilities. So there is it fits. Because for him to provide in today's age, he needs to get money. He needs to have money. And where do you get money? You get money by exchanging it for your skill, your time, your expertise. All right? That's how you exchange, that's what you exchange to get money so that you can go and provide for your family. So his marriage career role and responsibility of provision fits very nicely with his work career, because that's where he's going to get the resources in order to provide for his family. Now, a smart husband and father ensure that his work career or his work for pay adds value to his marriage career, right? He needs to understand that the priority is the marriage career. The work career only works to enhance and to support his role in the marriage, his provision role in marriage. So the two align. Now, a smart man, a smart father, a smart husband ensures that his work career works to promote and support his marriage career. All right. So when the two are in conflict, then because of he's smart and he has to use wisdom to ascertain what to sacrifice and how much a sacrifice he needs to make to either of the two or one of the two. Okay, there are times when he needs to make sacrifices for his marriage career, and there are sometimes he will make sacrifices for his work career. Now, a smart man, a wise man knows or is able to ascertain um, what to sacrifice and how that one will affect his primary career, which is the marriage career. Because these two are linked, he can't just decide that my work career suffers. If his work career suffers, then his marriage career suffers. Also, if his marriage career is suffering, then his work career will also suffer. So there is a balancing act that he has to do to ensure that he's winning on both sides, or at least getting the best out of the two, or at least not getting the worst. Because sometimes you may not be getting the best, but you only working to ensure that you are not getting the worst. Now let's talk about women, wife, mothers, and careers. The responsibilities, the roles and responsibilities, the primary roles and responsibilities of a wife and a mother is to take care of the home and take care of the kids. Now, that one conflicts with the work career because one is in the home and the other one is outside the home. And we all know that a person cannot be at two places at the same time. Cooks have this saying that you can't cook two pots at the same time. One of them itaungua. So you need to prioritize which pot is important. Now remember, you already got into your marriage career, which is permanent, which is full-time. Now you have a work career, which is also permanent and full-time. Can't work. The two are full-time engagement. These are full-time work. One has to suffer. One has to be sacrificed. Right? So you are either a full-time wife and mother and a part-time worker, or you are a full-time worker and a part-time mother and wife. All right, women have to make that decision. They have to do that. That's not something they can avoid if they are married and they are working. They have to decide which one is full-time, which one is part-time. Now, if you are doing part-time, it can no longer be a career. So if you are a part-time wife and mother, you cannot say that now you are married. That's just something you are doing to support your career, your work career. So how the only thing now that makes you married is just probably that certificate or that title you give yourself, wife or mother. Because how are you a mother and you're not mothering anyone? Yes, you gave birth to somebody, but are you mothering that person? Let's say wewe ni full time worker, unatoka kwa nyumba, you need to be in the office by 7 or 8. And then unatoka kwa ofisi 5 or 6. So by the time uchapane na jam, kama umetoka kwa nyumba unaenda job, that means unafaa kutoka kwa nyumba by 6. So by 6 mtoto wa 6 months, 6 mtoto amelala. Na umetoka job seme 6 pm ama 5 pm. But by the time upambane na jam, unafika kwa nyumba 8 9. Depending na unaishi side gani and how far workplace yako from your home. Okay, and we also understand that kwa job zingine mdosi atakwambia yo tuko na crisis, you need to stay longer. So ulikuwa unajipanga utatoka 5, unajipata unatoka saa 2. So time yenye unaingia kwa nyumba ni saa 3. So unatoka kwa nyumba, by that time probably mtu wako amedoze. Ama ukiingia kwa nyumba saa 2 unakuta mtoto amecheza, amechoka, anasinzia. So hata mtoto when you get home, the kid, you don't even have time for your children. So what do? You outsource mothering to other people. You outsource your role of mother to other people. Now, how are you a wife if you are chasing after your husband when he's going to work, and both of you are out of the house by 6, and both of you are coming back by saa 2, saa 3 usiku? You are tired. You're probably pissed off toka job, because we know somehow job there is a way you just get pissed off. So umeingia kwa nyumba. Now the kid just looks at you. Your husband also looks at you. So everybody is wondering, who is this stranger in our house? Because the kid has not seen you. In fact, there are people who have outsourced mothering, and these are women, and their kids do not even know that they are their mother. So wanalazimishwa kuitana mami. Because you see the kid akiwa mdogo anashanga, so we ni mamangu aji na hata sikujui. So at least when they get older, they understand, oh yeah, huyu ni auntie, ule ni mama. But when they are young, unaenda kupatiwa mtoto anakureject. And then you see this idiot of a woman, idiot of a wife, idiot of a mother, she's catching feelings because mtoto hamtaki. Mtoto anataka kukaa na auntie. Because the auntie is the one who is mothering this child. So to that child, that auntie is the mother. The only thing you did is you gave birth. And these are some of the truths we need to tell our women, because some of them have been into all nonsense, feminism and women power, that they forget where they derive all the power, where their power is. And then now they start catching feelings because the kiddo amtambui. The only person mi najua ni auntie. I know her voice, I know her smell, I know her. She's the one, when I cry, she's the one who comes to pick me up. Okay, when I'm hungry, she's the one who feeds me. When I'm hurting, she's the one who finds out what is wrong with me and assists. So who is this stranger that wants to come here when I'm struggling to sleep, when I want to sleep, and wants to wake me up and start playing with me nonsensical games? I've already played during the whole day. I am tired. I want to go to sleep. And then you see some women will come home and they want to wake up the kids. Amkeni, mama yenyu amefika. Where were you? We were awake the whole day. Where were you when we were awake? Now, the primary reason why women want to chase and follow a work career is selfish. It is selfish. All right. If you ask most single women, just ask most single women, Leo, if they plan to continue working after they are married, almost 100% of them will say yes. Then if you follow up and ask, why do you plan? Why do you want to continue working? They will most likely say, ndio nikuwe na pesa yangu. I want to have my own money. So to them it is selfish. They want to have their own money. Now, if you ask a man, now that question does not even work for men, because men know they have to work. So now if you ask them why, most likely they will tell you, when they are single, they'll tell you, I am working so that I build myself, so that when I get married, my wife and children don't suffer. Most of them, that will be the answer. I am building myself now so that I get to the level where I am able to take care of my wife and kids. So for a man working, a man who wants to get married, and have kids, him working, even when he is single, is so that he can build himself up to be able to take care of his wife and his kids. All right. Today I want to keep this very short, very sweet. I want to keep this short and sweet. Okay? Because I want to give people time, if they so wish, to come and we talk, they challenge these positions, and we get to interrogate, what did I get wrong? What is it that they are getting wrong? All right. Karibu sana Belinda, you're saying hapo kwa priority. So with this economy, women should stay home and take care of kids and the husband full time. Mama, I go for less working time jobs that pay peanuts ndio akuwe a good wife. That's a very good question. Now you need to ask yourself a very simple question. Why are you working? Karibu sana pia Doreen, ninakuona. Welcome to the stream. Now let's do this. Let's first of all look at Belinda's question. So in this economy, women should stay home and take care of kids and the husband full time. Ama I go for less working time jobs that pay peanuts ndio akwe a good wife. Like I said, let me reiterate this because I want you to get my point very clearly. A wife is a full-time job, all right? Now, it is logical that you cannot hold two full-time jobs. It's just logical that you cannot hold two full-time jobs. No employer can accept to employ an employee who is also employed full-time somewhere else if the position is also full-time. That's just tutoke kwanza kwa marriage. Let's just look at this logically. Let's just be logical. You cannot employ, wewe mwenyewe wezi employ an employee a full-time position if already ako mahali on a full-time position. So the employee has to decide, am I going to work here full-time or am I going to continue working there full-time? Now, marriage is also full-time. And now you also have this career thing, which is also full-time. You can't do both. One has to suffer. So the question is, which one? So in this economy, wachana na economy, the economy has never been good. So let's not start talking story economy. The economy has never been good, and it will never be good, even the coming future. In fact, it's going to get worse. So with this economy, women should stay home and take care of kids and the husband full-time. Well, if you are a wife and a mother, I don't see any reason why you need to be asking that question. Because, like I said, you don't have to stay married. You can just get out and follow that other full-time job. That's why I said you have to choose between the two. So which one is a priority for you? Is it the marriage or is it the job? If you were to choose, which one would you say, okay, this is something I can let go, this is something I cannot let go? And this is some truths which especially women need to ask themselves that question. And then once they understand where their heart is, if your heart iko kwa job, then by all means talk to your husband, mwambie I am going to be a part-time wife. Huko ndio priority iko. Do you want a part-time wife? Then if the husband says yes, it's okay, you can be a part-time wife, then sini sawa. Now that is somewhere where now two people may agree. Because when that man was marrying you, he knew he was getting a wife. And kazi ya bibi is to take care of the husband and the kids. Hiyo ndio kazi ya bibi. Let's just be 100%. Let's just be 100%. So, am I to go for less working time jobs that pay peanuts ndio akuwe a good wife? Now, the question is, why are you working? That is a question which women need to answer. Why are you working? If you quit work today, will you die? Are you going to go hungry, you and your husband? Are you going to go hungry? What is going to happen? If you quit work today, talalanja. So Belinda is also saying women can handle the two and are doing it very well. That's a lie. That's a cap. That's a lie. Moja inaumia. And it is high time we talked about it. Probably the husbands are too chicken shit to say something about it, but women just want to work for the sake of working. So the question I asked is, why do you work? Now, Belinda, if you want to come and then we have this thing real time, this discussion real time, please indicate so that I share the link with you. You click and then now we can get on with this discussion. Because it's high time to ambiani ukweli. You can't be kazi full-time place mbili. So now, are you a wife full-time and a worker part-time? Or are you a worker full-time and a wife part-time? Because it has to be either of the two. Hapo ndio tuko. It has to be either of the two. So before Belinda said kama anakuja tuendelee na hii discussion, we need to sort this thing real time. Doreen, hata we karibu sana, and if you also want to come on and we hash out these things real time, just tell me and then we can do this thing real time. We can have this discussion. Karibuni sana, welcome. Asanteni sana, nimefurahi kuwaona. Now, let me just tuendelee kwanza na our discussion hapa as I'm building this thing. So, like I said, career women will outsource motherhood to strangers in order to maintain their work career trajectory. So the wife-mother career suffers. All right? Now, kuna hii nonsense, and this is with a lot of modern women and the men who have been brainwashed into this modern nonsense, where they refer to their wives and wives refer to their husbands as partner. This is my partner. So back in the day, wakati, feminists were doing this women power thing and they wanted women want to go to work. Mpaka wa leo, I'm like, women had it so nice. Women had it so, they walikuwa kwa soft life. A man wakes up in the morning, goes huko nje, anapambana, alafu anarudi nyumbani. Tired, having slayed dragons, killed lions, did all these things kwa jua and wanting to quit but knows he cannot quit because he needs to make this money, and then comes home to a wife. Now the wife sat down, or the wives of that day sat down and thought that the men were having such a blast huko nje. They were having so much fun huko nje. They were like, how can they just be outdoors the whole day and I'm just here inside the house? I also want to go huko nje and work. And then now they think that it is such a win when now they they go out there to slave for money. So now in the house, the husband was the slave to go out there, slave and provide. Right? The women were there was some land, they would farm and raise this chakula ya tumbo, keep busy, just take care of the kids and all that. And then the day inaisha. So sahi, a woman wakes up in the morning, anatengenezea bwana yake breakfast, the man eats, goes to slavery, the capitalist overlords, to work, and then the woman amebaki kwa nyumba. So a bit of cleaning, na make sure kila kitu iko sawa, mtoto amekula, mtoto ameoga, everything is okay. She can now sit down, watch hizi telenovela moja mbili or a movie or some series, anaifuatilia. Saa 7 anapika, anapatia mtoto chakula, anakula, she goes, she kama alikuwa ni siku ya laundry, she can decide leo nita hand wash ama nitaenda pale kando, because omu husband ameprovide naitwa nini, washing machine. So does her thing, takes a nap. By the time husband anatoka job jioni, she's rested, she's good, she's looking nice, smelling nice. The husband comes home, anamreceive, anampatia chai or a glass of whiskey or whatever, na husband anaenda anakata shower, anarudi anakuta chakula iko ready. The husband now wants to do his husband things, anaambia bibi now, hey, si tuende hivi. But now on the other hand, it's asubuhi, kila mtu ana rush out. So the husband wants breakfast, but the wife does not have time to cook that breakfast because she needs to be in the office because she is late. So if the husband alikuoa so that you can make sure he is fed, what happens? Wife duties zimeanza kuharibika. Wife duties zimeanza kuharibika. Because something as simple as I don't even have time to ensure that my husband has proper breakfast. And then the wife pia amechoka, ametoka job amechoka, anafika kwa nyumba, she wants to rest. The husband comes in, akujapikwa, all these things. So the husband looks at the wife, tunakula nini? And the wife is also looking at the husband, kwani hukukula kwenye umetoka? Now, the husband married the wife so that he can have home cooked meals. Home cooked meals, but now hakuna. Not because the wife does not want to cook, but because she cannot cook, because hata yeye amefika kwa nyumba saa hii na ametoka job. And the question I asked is, wewe bibi, unafanya kazi kwa nini? You see, once you answer that question, and then you also ask yourself this other question. Mimi kama bibi, if I stopped working today, if I woke up leo, niamwe siingi job, I've quit, what's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? If you ever kama bibi mwenye unaona kazi yako ni muhimu sana, lazima uende kazi. If you woke up today, if you are married, wake up bibi. If you woke up today and you say, I am not going to work, I've quit, what's the worst that could happen? Mtalala njaa. Are you the primary breadwinner? If you are the primary breadwinner, then tuseme, si wewe ndio bwana. So, ambia bibi yako asiende kazi, I take care of you. Yes. If you kama bibi wewe, if you quit work today, the house will go into chaos. Then let's be honest. Hapo hakuna bwana na hakuna bibi. Nyinyi wote ni mabwana. But if you ask yourself this, and then you realize that if I stopped working today, not so much will change. So what if we got from a 2-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom house? So what if we stopped going to Mombasa every other weekend? Si lazima, sio lazima, you won't die. Leo niko hapa kuambiana ukweli. You know, let's just keep this 100%. So what if you had to move from Runda na sasa mnaishi Doni? So what? But now you have more time with your children. The children will be raised by a present mother. So what if the husband has to stop drinking kila siku because of course sasa si budget imepanda because sasa yeye ndiye anategemea. So if alikuwa kila siku lazima apite pale ka local apige bia zake kadhaa na anunue round kadhaa za mabeshte, now that he needs to make those changes because now of course mwenye alikuwa anasaidia ku offset hiyo budget sahi hayuko job. So if you as a wife you stopped working, what's the worst thing that could happen? What is that thing that will be so tremendous that makes you go and slave every day, that makes you decide to be a part-time wife and a full-time worker? Now, and I'm basing this on Belinda's question. The second part, ama I go for less working time, jobs that pay peanuts ndio akwe a good wife. Now, if the money you are bringing is not vital, then even the peanuts that you'll be bringing will still not be vital. So if we can survive without that million Kenya shillings that you make every month, then if you made 10 shillings a month, we could still survive. Okay? So you still have the basics. You still have a roof over your head. You still have clothes on your back. Still have food in your belly. And when you got sick, you will have, healthcare. All right? We cannot discuss the economy because the economy has even mababu zetu. When people started working, everybody has been complaining about the economy. So nothing will change happen. Now we are talking about history of partnership. Now the people who are pushing this partner nonsense were the feminists. The first time were the feminists because they felt that marriage was not adequately was not giving women the power they wanted. Nilianza nikisema the man is the big guy. He's the all powerful almighty alpha and omega in a marriage. So they felt that they were being shortchanged. And so they wanted to be more of partners. And then we got into the world wars. The men were dying in their millions, hundreds of thousands. And the capitalist overlords realized that they did not have slaves or workers to work in their factories and in their industries. And there was this untapped labor force in the name of women. And so they started pushing the feminist narrative that women could also be autonomous. Women could also work. Women can also work. And then women thought that, these people really want us to work because they see that it is good for us. No, they wanted you to work because they wanted workers. They wanted to make money. So women got into the labor force. And then women now, because you see when you've been in the work industry or workforce for a while, you understand compensation. You understand how compensation works. So now we have this fresh workforce which has never worked before. So that's cheap labor. So people who owned industries won because there was cheap labor. And then laws, of course, were changed because we all understand that money runs everything. So the people with the money went there, talked to the government officials, and laws were changed. Women now could work legally. They were being paid peanuts, but hey, they were doing the work. So women were also told that by being a wife and a mother, that was so dehumanizing, that was so below them. How can you be a stay-at-home wife? How can you not work? You need to go there in the industries and slave away. You need to go there and make the 2 shillings. You need to go out there and make the 10 shillings. It is who you are as a woman. It is important for the women for you to go there and work. Despite the fact that this woman was very comfortable at home and she was very comfortable, she was being taken care of. So now women decided to get into 9 to 5 work where it is a toxic environment. Now she has to anamdosi because she hasn't met the targets. So she's pissed. She's wondering, what did I get myself into? So instead of her realizing that I am somebody's wife and it is somebody's duty to provide for me, why am I slaving? Why am I suffering? I need to go back home like the prodigal son. I need to go back home and tell my husband I am sorry for being stupid and an idiot. Please take care of me as your wife. Now, but because women now are modern and empowered, so why? Yeah, I need to go and slave. I need to go there and slave away, right? So now the push, because now women now could work. Now they started feeling more of a partner than a wife. And then something else came and really pushed that thing into the mainstream. And that is the alphabet community. You know, back in the day, if you met somebody and they said, "Hi, my name is Kama, and this guy is John, and he's my partner." Back in the day, that would just simply denote John and Kama are business partners, or there is a venture that they are undertaking together, and so that is why they are together for that venture, that business. But right now, if you show up to people and say, "Hi, my name is Kama, and this is John, and John is my partner," everybody will think that you guys are doing bad stuff. Okay. So when homosexuality was normalized in the West, the alphabets were at a loss as to how to refer to their significant other. Because this is a man and this other one is a man. Now, who is the husband, who is the wife? Or this is a woman and this other one is a woman. Who is the wife and who is the husband? So it was confusing because a husband denoted male. And now, if you are two males in a romantic relationship, now you can't both be husbands because now then, how is that a marriage? Because a marriage is between a husband and a wife. And no man will accept that I am the wife, or very few men will accept to be wives or to be wifed. And so they came up with this partner thing because it's safe. This is my partner. We are in a partnership. And then now the women decided to adopt that. And the feminists and the modernists decided to to adopt that. And that's why right now, I'm just being honest. If somebody came to me and said, I am so and so, and I'm waiting, and this is so and so, and my partner is so and so, and then I see that they're introducing a person of the opposite sex, I just assume that either they are ignorant or they have the alphabet something working for them, or somewhere hapo kuna some alphabet happening, because marriage is not a partnership. Even a romantic relationship between heterosexuals is not a partnership. Now, women have been pushing to get this power, right? These men are so powerful. We need power. We need power. However, they have refused the responsibility that comes with that power. So there is one partner, and this is the man who is expected to stick to his traditional roles. And I'm going to say this without the fear of contradiction, that there is no woman who can take care of a man, of a husband, for a lifetime without complaining. In fact, I don't even think a woman can take care of a husband if a husband is healthy, has the ability to work, but chooses not to go to work. No woman can accept that. It does not matter how much money that woman has. No woman can accept that. That I am going to take care of a husband who is able, qualified, can get work, but has decided not to go to work. However, flip the script, and men have no problem. Some of them will complain, but then the women have a comeback. Ulinioa kwa nini? Ukinioa huko unajua utanishughulikia. But do men have the same leeway to say those words? No. So in fact, women will just tell men outright, you are the man of the house. Behave like the man of the house. When ndio mwanaume wa nyumba, go out there and work like other men. A man will be shamed. A man will be all man of things will be said to this man to get him to get off his ass and go out there and hustle. So these modern women want to benefit from this power, but they don't want the responsibility that comes with that. Okay, just to be honest with you, I wish it was also the same for men, because I just stay at home, mi nilee tu watoto, we uende kazi, unakuja unanilisha, unanivisha, when I'm sick you take care of me. Me I'm good, soft life. Mi nakaa, I catch up on some few series hapa na pale. You know, I go visit some of my friends, tunakaa tunachill, you know, soft life. And then wewe kama mama wa nyumba unaenda una hustle, you come back tired at 11 p.m. so tired you taki anything, you wezi hata kula, you get into bed, and then you have to wake up kesho yake 5 in the morning, and then do that over and over and over for the rest of my life. Sweet life, soft life. Hey, women, if you are serious about this thing, see, we just be serious now, we do it rosafi. You see how many men will be happy just showing up to work ile time unataka. Mdosi akijaribu kukwambia anything, mwambia ai, kwani lazima nikue hapa? Mimi bibi yangu ana do job. And then you quit, you go back home. So wife anatoka job, anakam, anakupata umechill tu kwa nyumba. Hey, kwani ukwenda job? It's like I quit. Mimi mtu hawezi nipigia kelele na uko job. Si uko job? I mean, why am I struggling? I am working. You are working. Me I'm here. Si umepata food iko sawa? Si wewe ndio umeshindwa kukula, basi chakula si ilikuwa sawa? I've cooked. Nyumba ni safi. Si nguo zako za kwenda job kesho ziko poa. Why are you complaining? Why are you making noise for me? You go to work, do your thing. Mimi nitaka hapa home. Right? But then I know some of you wale mnasikiza hii kwa live, you are already laughing if you are women. And those of you who will sikiza hii live hii video, or you watch this video after the fact, you'll be laughing because you can't even envision, you can't even wrap your head kwa hiyo hekaya ya Abunwasi nimekupea. The man is just chilling, just akitaka bundles akwambia ni aje, sina credo. Abu send me some bundles, I need to get, nataka watch video TikTok. Ama by the way hujalipia wifi ya nyumba, internet, please you need to pay for internet because I want to stream some videos. Now, marriages will improve so much if everybody understood what their role was and understood that once you get married, you no longer have choices. You have duty. You have duty. So the only choices you have in a marriage is to stay or to leave. If you choose to stay, then you have duty. If you choose to leave, then there is also duty because of the choice that you have made. So it does not matter whether you are angry at your husband or your wife. You have a duty to play the roles that are expected of you as a husband and a wife. You have duty. And that can only apply if everybody understood where they are, what they are supposed to do, what is expected of them in a marriage. Like I said when I started, it's not a must that you get married. If you are a woman and you feel, because women, most of them don't think, they feel. If you're a woman and you feel that autonomy is more important to you than being a wife and a mother, then more power to you. Go chase a career, become the CEO, get to the pinnacle, get all these accolades. Do you? Okay? Do you? Nobody should force you into marriage because you already know you can't hack it, you can't follow. You are the leader. You cannot allow a man to tell you anything. So don't get married. Just chase your dreams, chase your career. Go and get to the pinnacle of your career. All right? Get to the pinnacle of that career. Be the best worker, slave that you can be. Be the best. Amass all this wealth. Now, if you are a man and you cannot handle the power that comes with being a husband, knowing that you have a wife and children to take care of, that you have no other option but to do that, and you feel that's too much pressure, then you don't have to get married. You don't have to. You can just stay single. You can become an incel, or you can just become a professional bachelor. And then you can enjoy life. You can work, you cannot work, you can just live your life the way you want. But once you get into marriage, then you no longer have choices. Now you have duty. And if people understood what duty was in a marriage, then we wouldn't have marriages ending left, right, and center. It does not matter whether you knew this thing before you get married or not. Right now, you know. And you can choose to stay, or you can choose to say, hey, this is just too much. Let me just quit. And you quit. And you allow, if it is the woman who is quitting, you allow your husband, soon to be ex-husband, to go find a wife because you are not one. If you are a man You just release your wife to go, or soon to be ex-wife, to go get a man who she can be a wife to. All right. So if there is anyone who wants to join, just tell me unataka kujoin, nikupatie link ukuje hapa Belinda. Men are not perfect. I never said men are perfect. I never even said women are perfect. Men are not perfect so they can keep up with a full-time wife's needs. It's a lie, not unless your life haina goal ya kugrow and enjoy. What do you mean haina? Who told you that marriage ni about grow na kuenjoy life? Who lied to women that the goal of a marriage is to grow and enjoy life? No, I already defined what a marriage is. Primary role ya marriage, kupata watoto, kulea watoto. That's it. Hizi vitu zingine zote ni top up, discount. Ni top up. Kuzaa watoto, kulea watoto. That's the primary role of a marriage. I mean, you can grow and enjoy life single. I mean, who gets married to grow and enjoy life? I am curious. I've never met anyone who said, you know what? My life sucks. So let me get married so that I can grow and enjoy life. Marriage is hectic. Marriage is ni full-time job, ni kazi serious, ni kazi. Oh my Jesus. Eh? Let me see. Let me see if I can just copy this link niweke hapa. Yo, mwenye anataka kujoini live. Oh yeah. Pole. So mwenye anataka kujoini live ndio nini? Now I understand uko job. So now I'm just saying, who gets married? You see, the goal of marriage is very simple, is to have children and raise children and the next generation. That's it. Now, if you get time to do all these other things, they should come in the process of chasing the primary goal. And like I say, the primary goal of being employed is to get paid, is to earn money. Now, if you go to work and you happen to enjoy the job, or you happen to make friends, or you happen to even meet a husband kwa job, that is just vitu za kuongezewa. But you did not go to work to meet a husband. You did not join that business, that company to make friends. Nobody writes on their resume, or when they are in kwa interview a job, unaulizwa, okay, why did you think, why did you choose to apply for this job? Nobody said because I have no friends and I want to make friends. Nobody says, you know what, my life is so boring. I just wanted to, to come kwa hii job to enjoy life. Like I said, marriage ni kazi. This is the problem we have as a community. And Belinda, I'll just tell you, because we all want marriage to have nuance. It does not. It does not have nuance. It does not have nuance. Marriage ni marriage. Ijalishi kama ni watu ni wazungu wawili wameoana, ijalishi kama ni Waafrika wawili wameoana, ijalishi kama ni aliens wawili wameoana, marriage ni marriage. You see? Na marriage iko na purpose. Na purpose ya marriage ni kupata watoto na kulea watoto for the next generation. It does not, you see, like I say, there are things we cannot have nuance. You can't say, nyinyi jua yenyu the way ina rise up east, ina set west. That's yours. Mimi jua yangu huwa ina rise west, they are just things which are. You cannot also say, for me, I don't recognize gravity. It just is whether you believe it or not. And until we understand, until we take time to analyze marriage is not something that is for today. Marriage is as traditional as it gets. Now, you can choose to get into a domestic partnership. Now you can go and do all these goals and enjoy life. That's a domestic partnership. That's not a marriage. Si lazima ukue kwa marriage. And also, if you think you are in a marriage and you think that, and you got into a marriage kwa goal ya enjoy life and all this vitu mnadanganywa na Hollywood movies, then that's not a marriage. I'm not saying that marriage has to be stressful, ulie kila siku, sijui nini. No. Isimaanisha ati marriage has to be this nasty thing. But the primary role, the primary goal of a marriage is to have children and kulea the next generation. That's it. I understand that there are people who cannot or who are unable to have kids in a marriage. But no, it's because they are unable. If they were able, they could have. If they were able, they could have. Hakuna life tamu kama life ya mtu ako single. You are under nobody's authority. Hakuna mtu atakuuliza maswali. You can sleep around if you want to sleep around. You can travel when you want. You can go where you want. Unaweza lala job. Nobody is asking you questions. Why do you complicate your life with marriage and then start pretending, or you want to ignore what a marriage is because of feelings? Because of feelings. Marriage is marriage. That's why people say, I am married. I am married. Because when you say I am married, it means something. If I met a Chinese person, and they said, I am married, I already understand what that means. I'm not just going to start asking the nuances of, so what does marriage look like for the Chinese people? So what does marriage look like for the African? So what does marriage look like for the Caucasian? No, marriage is marriage. Once you say I am married, everybody understands what you're talking about. So we cannot start having nuance in marriage. Marriage is what it is. Now, people, that's why I said, once there is a primary goal, and then kuna hizi vitu zingine we do, because I mean, we cannot just be having babies and raising babies every day. There are these other things which happen within a marriage. All right? So there is this part where you enjoy, you maybe you have one of those romantic men who likes to take you out and treat you and call you all this jabern, whatever, and sweetheart and babe and all these things, and people to surprise you. Hizo vitu zote. That's not why you got married. But this is something you do as you are doing marriage business. There are those people who cannot have kids or are unable to have kids. Okay? Some of them might choose, you know what, we can adopt children because we may not be able to have our own, but we also want to influence the next generation. So I am just wondering. So let's just assume that I am a man who does not want children and wants to enjoy life. So what devil will get into my head to get married? You see, if I'm single, then I'm not going. When you are single, it's not sleeping around. Sleeping around is only when you have someone that expects you to be faithful, and that someone can only be a wife. So if my goal in life is to enjoy life, chase my career, and do all these things, why would I get married? Why would I attach myself with another human being mwenye tutakuwa tukiargue, mwenye tutakuwa tunaboiana, mwenye ataniongezea budget, encroach on my personal space? So if I don't want to come home, nitakuwa na maswali. Uko wapi? Uko na nani? if my goal in life was to just enjoy life and not have kids, why would I attach myself with a woman? Why? It doesn't make sense. If a woman's goal was to enjoy life and chase her career and just, be the best she can be, her best bet is to simply be single. Because then she has um, an almost unlimited number of men she can hook up with. Nobody is going to be asking her, umelala wapi? Huyo ni nani? Kwa nini uniongeleshi? Kwa nini unipigie simu? Nobody. So she is free. So why should she get married? You see, vitu zingine lazima tuiziangalie logically. There's no better time for a man or a woman than when they are single. But there is a biological drive, an imperative, a biological imperative that pushes humans, because at the end of the day we are animals. There is a way we are wired, and one of the way we are wired is we want to see offspring. And unfortunately for us, I wish tungekuwa kama mbuzi, where you just get an offspring and off it goes on its feet. It's good, it can take care of itself. Unfortunately, the way we evolved, or the way we were created, depending on which version you want to use, is that a child has to be taken care of. A child is, an infant is helpless, needs years of nurturing, of education, of growth, of structuring until they can become a responsible adult, a person able to take care of themselves. That's where we are. And that's why humans came up with the issue of marriage. Back in the day when marriage was not a thing, a man will just come, have sex with a woman, the woman gets pregnant, and the man gets out and he goes. Now the woman is vulnerable, because if we are attacked by wild animals or by hostile tribes, she cannot run away. She cannot run away. So the society had to come up with a way of making men stay and take care of the women they impregnated. And so one of the rules was, you are not going to impregnate a woman unless you marry her. And what is marriage? Marriage is taking them under your provision, protection, and leadership wing. That's it. All right? So actually, marriage was designed to protect women and children, to make sure they don't suffer. So they are protected from the wild animals and from other humans who may wish to harm them. And that's how marriage came into play. All right? So first of all, we need to understand how the genesis of marriage, before we start saying marriage is this, marriage is no. Because this woman, and then once the woman has that child is helpless, needs the mother and other human beings around in order to raise it, to protect it, to guide it. And that took years. And that's how communities and villages came up. We really need to go back in history and see how even our society was structured. Our society is structured, in fact, it is structured around children. If you did not know, our society is structured around children, to ensure that children are protected, to ensure that we have a next generation. So villages came up. Now, towns, on the other hand, are a very new phenomenon. Towns are a modern thing. Towns, I think, zimekuwa hapa for the last, 5,000, 3,000 years. towns, like more, these urban setups. Even back in the day, back in Rome, they were just simple villages. Even the way the towns were set up, they were set up in like just like a village where people knew people. Right? Uh, Talk about these men. Their wives have quit their job, be that housewife, but this man have affairs and provides bare minimum. So what do you mean by bare minimum? What do you mean by bare minimum? So if there is a minimum, what is the maximum? You see, I like to think about things logically. If we have a minimum, then we must have a maximum. So what is the maximum? What is this thing that a man can do and you say, oh no, this is too much? No, please don't do that. That is too much. No, these treats, you are giving me too much love. Please, punguza. No, this is too much money. We are just making too much money. No, we are going to too many holidays. Punguza hizo holidays. I don't. This is too much fun. So what is too much? There are things we call the basic needs. Basic needs sio minimum, si bare minimum. Basic needs is what you need to survive. Is what you need to survive. I'm not going to talk about those men first. We need first to understand, because there is an accusation that or a claim that has been made, and the claim is that there are men, their wives quit their job to become housewife, but these men have affairs and provide the bare minimum. That is where, and I'm going to tackle it from whichever perspective. Okay. So we need first of all to understand what is this bare minimum. You need to be specific. What is the bare minimum so that the claim can hold water? I cannot talk about these men if the I don't understand what is meant. I'm not going to input my own things because the question came from you, Belinda. So could you kindly clarify what do you mean by bare minimum? Hizi vitu zote nimeelewa except hapo kwa bare minimum. That's what I want to know. And then I will talk about these men once I understand what is the bare minimum. Kazi kwako. So what is this bare minimum? Let's define that one. And then also, when we are there, please also define what is the maximum. So umesema basic needs ni bare minimum. Okay, what is the maximum? So if I'm providing food for you, if I'm providing shelter for you, if I'm providing clothes for you, if my kids are being educated, and you have healthcare, that's the bare minimum. Let me just nirudi nyuma kidogo. So unakula, unashiba, unaishi uko kwa nyumba, so you're protected from the ravages of the environment and nature. Uko na nguo, unavaa nguo, you're not walking naked, you're good, you have clothes, right? Uko na nguo, utembei ndethe, watoto wanasoma, right? Kids are getting their education, bare minimum education. So tuseme wanaenda kwa public school, and mtoto akigonjeka, wewe ukigonjeka, uko na healthcare. Is that what you mean by bare minimum? I just want to understand. That's a question for you. Is that what you mean by bare minimum? So chakula unakula, unashiba, haulali njaa, haulali nje, kuna nyumba, unaishi kwa nyumba, uko na nguo, unavaa nguo, watoto wanasoma, na ukigonjeka, yes, that's the bare minimum. So what do you think the role of a man is? Okay, let's look at the man. Provision. What is provision to you? The level of entitlement is just out of this world. But let's deal with it. Twende tu pole pole. The level of entitlement. Okay. what does provision mean. When ukisikia mwanaume anasema mimi ni provider or I am expected to provide, what does that mean to you as a woman? We have already established that wewe kukula ushibe is bare minimum. That wewe ukuwe na nyumba, roof over your head, is bare minimum. That wewe ukigonjeka uende hospitali upate treatment, hiyo ni bare minimum. That wewe kuvaa nguo, you being dressed, you not being naked, is the bare minimum. And kids getting an education is the bare minimum. So umekula, umevaa, umekula, umevaa, uko na nyumba mahali, roof over your head, ukigonjeka kuna healthcare na watoto wanasoma. That's the bare minimum. Now, provision, what does that mean to you? No, let's take it a step at a time, because we are going to look at logic progression. So you have said the wife stay at home and you'll provide, and I be the household because I can't manage. So why is being... No, I'm just saying the level of entitlement. No, being entitled is the issue, but the level. That's that. I'm very careful with my words. The level of entitlement. Now, answer my question. Provision, what does it mean to you? Because now hiyo umetaja iko hapo kwa provision role, na yenye nimetaja iko hapo kwa provision role. A roof over your head, food to fill your tummy, clothes on your back, kids getting an education, and you and the kids getting healthcare. So tell me, what do you want a man to provide? And also, I also want to clarify this question. I'm very careful with the words I use. I said hapa kuna 2 full-time jobs. Full-time jobs. Marriage and work. So I did not say a person cannot manage 2 jobs. I said a person cannot manage 2 full-time jobs. That's what I said. So provision, no, I mean, what does provision in terms of the man providing, what does that look like? So this is the definition of provision. Thank you. Now, what does a man, when a man says, I am a provider in my house, what does that look like? What does that entail? What is he providing? What is he providing? Because already tumesha sema that food to fill your belly, clothes on your back, a roof over your head, education for the kids, and healthcare is the bare minimum. So what does this person do so that it stops being bare minimum? What is this special spice ataongeza kwa hiyo kitu ndiache kukuwa bare minimum? This is very nice. It's good when you get into an engagement, into a discussion, because now you get to understand a lot of things. You get to understand different perspectives. You get to understand also where people are coming from. So in terms of finding empathy, finding understanding, this is where it comes from. When there is a clash of ideas, when 2 ideas collide, when 2 opposing ideas meet, or when people are looking at the same thing but then interpreting it different, or looking at it and understanding the same thing differently. What is this thing that imebakia kufanya hii provision ya food, shelter, clothing, education and healthcare iache kukuwa bare minimum? If you are a woman and you're a housewife, you're entitled to provision, protection, reproducing, and also leadership. You are entitled to that. That is something you are entitled to. That is something you demand. What is, Belinda, you have to forgive me. I really don't like generalities. I want specific. That's why in my question I was very specific on what is it qua provision I was talking about. So best things in life, what is best things in life? What is this best thing in life? These are words people use that can mean anything and nothing at the same time. And then best is a very subjective thing. Kuna mtu hiyo vitu nimetaja aina zenye unaita bare minimum, kuna mtu kwake that's the best things in life, na kuna mtu going to the moon ni best thing in life, na kuna mtu living in Europe is the best thing in their life, or visiting Europe is the best thing in their life. So what are these best things? Na kuna mtu kuingia kwa supermarket na kufanya shopping, that's the best thing in their life. So what do you mean? I want specifics, and that's why mimi nilitaja vitu very specific. Nikataja food in your belly, that's very specific. Nikataja roof over your head, that was very specific. Nikataja clothes on your back, that was very specific. Nikataja kids getting an education, that was very specific. Na nikataja you and the kids getting healthcare. That is tukiongelea basic needs. Now you said supply the best things in life, so what do you mean? Because when I was single, I could provide for myself. I was not hungry, naked, and I had a roof over your head. Well, you are an adult. This is something which is expected of an adult. It's not special. Even me, when I was not married, even your husband, when he was not married, he had all these things. So the question is, why did you get married? Why? You are doing good on your own. You are doing very well on your own. Why did you get married? And like I said, when people are single, that's the best thing, the best life. It is the best life. Now, you see, and as we continue to talk, this is the mentality of a lot of women. And I thank you, Belinda, for bringing it to the forefront. All right? So, when women are single, they do the bare minimum for themselves. Right? Because this we have agreed this is the bare minimum. They do the bare minimum for themselves. So they don't do, so they feed themselves, they vang war, they clothe themselves, they have a roof over their heads, they have healthcare and everything. But now once they get married, now they want extra. They want an update. So they come in, they don't understand what marriage is, number one. So for them, they just think marriage is an upgrade. Right? So kama nilikuwa nakula nyama once a week or once a month. Now I want to be eating nyama daily. And that nyama is to be provided by that sorry guy who thought was getting a wife, but amekuja amepata mtu mwenye amekujia upgrade. Right? So this woman, when she gets married, and this now is tunaongelea generalities, women. So these women, when they get married, now they want their life to change. They go from mimi nilikuwa naishi Huruma, now I'm going to Runda. See, I'm married now. Mi naenda kuishi Runda. I mean, I can't be living in Huruma when I'm single, and when I'm married, I live in Huruma. Or I can't be living in Kibera when I was single and still continue living in Kibera when I'm married. But when a person is single, isn't that the time when they need to do the best for themselves? Is it the best? And then I am still waiting, because I asked a question which you have not answered. And I will repeat that question. What do you mean by best things in life? Be specific. Be specific. So we will answer that question first before we come to the question of, okay, then why did you get married if you are good? You are doing the bare minimum for yourself. So why did you get married? And why did you think, or why did you expect that now when you got married that you're going to get better if you aren't doing better when you were single? So me providing for myself, I am doing the bare minimum. But now when somebody is providing for me, I want it including all the whistles. Including all the whistles that come with it. I want extra. So you see, when I was single, I could not afford to take myself to lunch in a 5-star hotel. But now that I'm married, my husband sure must take me to a 5-star hotel because I'm married. No, when I was single, I could not afford to buy myself a vehicle. Right? Nilikuwa nimezoea matatu. But now that I'm married, hey, this dude better buy me a vehicle. I cannot be using matatus when I'm single and still use matatus when I'm married. I really want to close this live at Janione Saini for whatever. So by roughly 4:30. Because there is a very interesting discussion. Bado nangoja maswali zangu hazijajibiwa hapa. Anyway, if uko kwa hii live and you want to come on, ndio hii link iko hapo kwa chat, so you can nini, let me see if I can copy let me see if I can pin it. Yeah. So the link iko hapo kwa pinned comment. If you want to come, we spend some few minutes zile zimebaki. I see I'm quitting my career to be this good. What I mean, my requests. So like we are working, we are which request? We are still dealing with this. We are still dealing with this because you want us to talk about something, but then I can't talk about something until I understand the question itself. You see, that is something which women need to learn. Wanaume, we think a certain kind of way. If I don't understand what you are asking, I cannot answer. You want me to answer something which is not clear, and I'm trying to find clarity, and you're not answering my question, so that once I get clarity, then we can talk about your request, the one you want to talk about. Right? Let me just saidia you, because unajua saa ingine mtu akiwa kazi yeye usahau vitu. So let's look at your requests. Let's look at your request. Where is it? Uh-huh. This is your request, right? This is your request. Talk about these men. Their wives have quit their job to uh, be that housewife, but this man have affairs and provides bare minimum. Now, first of all, I asked, what is the bare minimum? That is what I needed to understand. Then ukajibu that the bare minimum, basic needs ni bare minimum, right? So tunaendelea. Then nikauliza, okay, what exactly do you expect? And this is what you said, the best things in life. No, I'm not talking about come on. I'm not talking about Belinda's marriage. I'm asking, umesema, okay, can you also be specific? Because now this is diversionary. So women want the best thing in life. So what is this best thing in life? You can give an example. You can use your life. You can use a friend's life. You can say, hey, you know what? Sisi women, this is generally what we think as in the best thing. Like if you ask me as a man, the best things in life for me as a man is number one. Number one, kwanza niko kwa billionaires club. So I don't worry about money. Number two, I get everything that my money can provide. That is number one. I have nikuwe na chopper. Nikuwe na 1,000 acres of land mali nimejenga a serious nyumba. I have bashes pale every other weekend with my friends. So I don't worry about food. I don't worry about life, as in I'm good. I travel when I want. I travel when I want. Nikitaka kwenda Minnesota niko hapo. Nikitaka kwenda Jamaica niko hapo. Nikitaka kwenda South Africa niko hapo. Like that is for me, that's the best thing in life. You see, that's very specific. No, I'm not going to pick any best thing in life. You see, you are the one who brought up the best thing in life. So tafadhali. You see, this is diversionary. Isn't it diversionary? Can you just be sema, these are the best things because this, like mimi nimetaja na nimetumia myself kama example. These are the best thing in life, in my life. Like umesema, my best thing in life yangu iwezi kuwa kama mtu mwingine. So if I say basic needs and the best thing in life, na niulizo, what do you mean by best things? I have it, my fingertips. This is best thing in life, right? That is the best thing in life. I cannot, look, we have, and that's why I cannot factor all sides, because we have 7 billion plus people in this world. It is impossible for me to factor nini za 7 billion people. So there is a time when a question you just have to be specific to you. Kuna mtu mwenye, you see, mimi nimetaja hizo vitu zote ndio the best thing in life, and probably there is a man who for him the best thing in life is just bibi yake ache tu kumpigiaga tu makelele. You see, if you this woman can just shut the fuck up, that's the best thing in my life. If she can just shut her damn mouth. So then kuna mtu mwingine, if the wife can give him sex, that's the best thing in his life. If his wife could just give him sex when he wants. And there is another man, if he can just buy that gari that he wants, that his favorite car, ajione tu akicruise na hiyo gari, that's the best thing in life. Now you see, I've already talked about 4 men, and I'm still remaining with like 7 billion others bado sijakava. Now let me maliza this discussion hivi. Women, a man kwa provision role ya mwanaume ni akupea chakula, make sure uko na roof over your head, make sure that you have clothes on your back, and make sure that you are the kids have an education and that there is healthcare. That is, akishamaliza hapo amemaliza kazi yake ya provision. If he wants to do something extra, that is on him. Akishamaliza hapo amemalizana na wewe. Si umeshiba? Si umeshiba? Uko na njaa? Ah, sina njaa. Ni nini ingine? Oh, unajua nilikuwa nafikiria nikunywe soda. Soda ya nini? Si umeshiba? Now, clothes on your back. Now let's go for protection. Just make sure that you are safe. So that might mean different things to different people, but basically inamaanisha that if you live in, you have, that also comes na provision mali kuko na roof over your head, because once you have a roof over your head, you have walls and a door that is protecting you from outsiders. So if there are wild animals roaming around, they won't make their way into your house. If there are people running around who are looking for people to hurt, you have a door and walls protecting you, so you are protected. If you are walking on the streets and something happens, rough shit, okay, you have to make sure that you're good. You and the kids are good. If somebody comes and attacks us, I have to defend you. That's protection. And then procreation is very simple. Just make sure that you're pregnant, you're taken care of during pregnancy, and we are raising our kids well. Kids are taken care of. That's the procreation thing. Okay? And then leadership, just to tell you, this is where we are going, this is where we are not going, this is what we are doing, this is not what we are doing. Simple. Now, husbands are not supposed to come in and turn you into a superstar. It's not the role of the husband to make you happy. That's not the role of husbands. Hakuna mahali hapo nimesema make your woman happy or your family happy. Raha jipe mwenyewe. Now, if you want extra things, now the question is, why do you want them? Zina serve purpose gani kwa life? Now, there is something which you said up, which is a lot of women, that is their mentality. A husband does not come in to rescue you from poverty or from whatever you are suffering from. That's not the job of a husband. Let me just look at that. No, time niko na 7 minutes because there is a very interesting nini. Yeah, hapa. I did not marry you to upgrade your history or to upgrade your life. I married you so that we can have kids and continue our legacy. That's it. Hizi vitu zingine zote ni top up. I'm not living a life to be history archive. When I die, I will say I enjoyed. Let me tell you something. All these things ni vitu za kupita. There is nothing. You will not be remembered. Number one, when you die, you will not say anything. But I understand the sentiment. I understand the messaging. Now, you will be remembered through your kids. That's why I said legacy. You'll not be remembered as that woman who went to South Africa every weekend. Remember, unaenda South Africa every weekend, there is somebody who goes every day. You'll not be remembered, and you when unaenda South Africa every day, kuna mtu mwenye ana, like right now, si Elon Musk anatengeneza nini huko Mars, sijui ni kwa Moon ama ni Mars. So sasa hii sisi tunajigamba because mimi I can toka hapa niende SA. Mwingine anajigamba because anaweza panda ndege ende Europe. But kumbuka kuna mwenye anaenda space. Hizo vitu zote ni vanity. They are good. If you can have them, have them. But they are not as important as raising our kids well, because hao ndio tutawacha when we go, when we go to sleep, when we our life, when the switch imekuwa when the lights have been turned off or switched off, these kids are the ones who will make people remember us. Right now, mimi, because of me being here, my great ender back to the first ancestor, I am an embodiment of that. When people see me, see the way I behave, they see my parents the way they raised me. So I'm continuing the legacy of my parents. So if my parents get to that age where they leave this world, people will see them in me. That's it. That's marriage. Marriage affords us an opportunity to design and forge our legacy. That's it. That's it. Who remembers where Kerema went? Kama alikuwa anaenda US siku mbili, who remembers? Who even cares? Who cares what huyu Njenga Karume? Who cares how many times he went abroad? Or how many times he ate at a 5-star hotel? Who remembers and who cares? So, marriage. The reason why we have problems in marriages is because of women, primarily. Because women look at marriage as an upgrade, as an opportunity to get out of poverty, as an opportunity for a soft life, as an opportunity to burden somebody else's child in order to get things their parents did not provide for them. Now, I'm not saying that men are perfect. I'm not saying that men don't have their own issues. Men also go out there and get women for them to come and try and become therapists, to come and heal them from their own childhood trauma. No. Take care of your own shit. Huh? Take care of your own shit. Okay? If you cannot provide yourself something. Now imagine a man, you're expecting a man to provide not only for you, but for himself and the kids. I even think men get the short end of the stick when you come to these marriages. But the people you see complaining the most are the women. Women can choose to work or not to work. Men cannot. Now, thank you, Belinda, for joining the live and also for discussing and for leading, also asking these questions. Anyone who thinks that these are personal feelings of Belinda, pole sana. She's just expressing the views of women and the perspectives of women. Thank you also very much to Doreen for joining. Also the people who were joining and leaving. Thank you very much. It's been a good time. I've had a good time. I just wish that Belinda could have been at home so that we get yeah, I know how that came out. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you, Doreen. Thanks to everyone who joined the live and the people also who will watch after the fact. Tupatane saa moja when we are dealing with the shenanigans Sunday. And I'm telling you, there is a hot show. The show will be hot. Hiyo saa moja. So it's been real. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining. And the people will come after the fact. Thank you for watching my videos. So like, share, subscribe to Grow Channel. Asanteni sana. Goodbye. Have a happy